Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for you guys today. So in today's video, we're going to be hopping all into the weather and showing you guys, I've been looking at our second tornado season, and this one is going to be probably just as bad as the spring peak. But right now it's only August, and we're just about to head into September, when there's not really a lot of thunderstorms, but it's mainly going to be in these areas, and we'll make sure to talk about that for the next video. So let's go ahead and jump right into the forecast for you guys today. And we're gonna start off with today is we do have two slight risk of severe weather, and now people in central Indiana. Wow, no, it's actually insane. Um, I'm just in the slight risk. Like I am. Hold up, let me find Greenwood, cause we're like right there. Yeah, so we're right here in Greenwood, and we're just right in the slight risk for severe weather. So that means we could have damaging winds up today to 70 miles per hour. And that slight risk stands from southern Illinois into parts of eastern Virginia, including Washington, D.C., Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Louisville. You guys are all in a slight risk. And then the marginal risk that expands from parts of Missouri, including just to the east of Joplin, Springfield, St. Louis. Let's see, if you guys are in southern Illinois, southern Kentucky, including Bowling Green, and that extends all the way down into northern North Carolina, including places like Raleigh, and even southern Virginia, and that slight risk actually expands into Virginia Beach. So we could have about 10 to 15-ish states getting severe weather today. And then we do have a marginal risk, and then another slight risk that goes into portions of Nebraska and Colorado and southeastern Wyoming, including Cheyenne. I think Cheyenne's in that. Is Cheyenne? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to tell because it's like right there, but it looks more like in the marginal risk. Yeah, it's in a marginal risk, but it's just right. If we're just to the east of Cheyenne or East Cheyenne in the metro area, you're in a slight risk. But anyways, and then that marginal risk in the southeastern Wyoming. I mean, not Wyoming, southeastern Montana. And we do have a 2% chance for tornadoes today, and this will mainly be in this area. It's going to be pretty isolated, but this will be including places like Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C., Richmond, Virginia, Charlottesville, all you guys. I think Charleston, West Virginia. Yep, you guys are all in a 2% chance for a tornado threat. And we do have a 50% chance for damaging winds for mainly these areas, including places like Indianapolis, Mount Vernon, Illinois, Louisville, Cincinnati, Columbus. Like, dude, I seriously hate any time I make a weather video or just a video in general. My computer always has to be on a low battery. It is just absolutely annoying. And we do have a slight risk that expands, and not a slight risk. We do have a 50% chance of damaging winds, so that destructive winds can be up to at least 70 miles per hour or higher. And we do have places like Virginia Beach and Washington, D.C. All you guys are in a 50% chance of winds, and we do also have a 50% chance of hail in this area. So basically, it's just the opposite. There is a 5% chance of damaging winds over here, but our main concern over here in the central and high plains is going to be a hail threat. So these can be up to some large to very large hail. About 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter hail could be possible. Let's go to look at our next risk for severe weather, and this will be for tomorrow. The Midwest, well, not really, but this is where we start to get our southern. I'm very concerned about the South for tomorrow. As the Midwest starts to get a little bit of a calm down until Wednesday and Thursday, going into that weekend. Places like Indiana will go right back into the storm threats. So we're mainly only going to have Monday and Tuesday as breaks because we are seeing a lot of floods over here, and my friend will talk about that after this on. But we do have some thunderstorm threats that now expands into the south, including states like and this will include states like Tennessee, North Carolina, northern Georgia, northern South Carolina, southern Virginia, and southeastern. This slight risk over here. And then we do also have a slight risk in that marginal risk Also, there's one in central Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City, McAllister. I've never heard of Weatherford, but that probably might just be the storm prediction center over there. And we do have that marginal risk that expands all the way into Virginia and northern Alabama. And then we also do have a slight risk over here in the portions of South Dakota, central Nebraska, and portions of Minnesota and Iowa. And then a marginal risk that expands into portions of Kansas and eastern Colorado. And guys, look at that thunderstorm threat. It's looking pretty weird. It expands all the way up to the northeast, but the Midwest is just seeing a little bit of calm. Now those threats start to shift a little bit more south. So I'm very concerned about thunderstorms down here and severe weather. So I would mainly be, we do have a chance for tornadoes. Okay, so we can't, unfortunately guys, it won't let me go live, and I had to wait a month because of its policy and everything, but I will film an entire video and then put it on Premiere so you guys can just watch it live. And let's look at our wind percent. Wait, did I show you guys that tornado threat? Yeah, our tornado threat will be in central Nebraska and southeastern South Dakota. And we do have a 50% chance for damaging winds up to 70 plus miles per hour for both areas, and the 5% chance there will be 60 plus miles per hour winds. And we do have a chance for hail, and it's going to be 15% chance, and I'm mainly concerned about these areas over here. And these will be places like central Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, portions of Iowa and Minnesota, and then that threat expands all the way up to central Minnesota and portions of northeastern Colorado. And guys, let's go ahead and hop into our next risk. And we did have a 50% chance of probabilistic over here. I was monitoring that yesterday, so I was thinking that a slight risk that will be estimated for most of the central Midwest. And then our thunderstorm threat starts to go right back into portions of in the eastern parts of the Midwest. And then we also do have some thunderstorms that are going to be forming over here in the southeast and portions of the Dixie Alley. And guys, as you guys know, Dixie Alley is now all the way up here in these areas. I didn't mean to expand it that far, but yeah, around these areas. And here goes our next threat, which will be a slight risk for severe weather. And this will include places like Nebraska, northern Kansas, northern Missouri, and Iowa. And this will include places like Omaha, Des Moines, and people in, northern. We do have Kansas City in a marginal risk, though. And that marginal risk actually expands into eastern Wyoming, including places like Cheyenne, and also if you're just to the south of Rapid City or Peoria, South Dakota. You guys are all in a marginal risk, including Sioux Falls. And we do have a 50% chance of a probabilistic for all hazards being on the table. All right. So, guys, let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys our derecho that happened on August 11th of 2026, and I'm going to show you guys where it all happened. So this derecho mainly begun in western Iowa and portions of Nebraska. So this is mainly where the derecho started getting its feel, because Cape values were just insane, getting up to 4,000 to 5,000 joules per kilogram in the Midwest, and then it makes its way towards places like Chicago and southern Michigan. It couldn't hit Detroit. It almost hit Detroit. If you're just to the west of Detroit, you guys got hit by that derecho. Chicago got hit with it, and then it just makes a huge turn to the southeast, to the south, mainly just to the south. And this includes states like and it includes places, states like Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. And it goes all the way down to the southeast, including places like West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and then it goes all the way down into Georgia, including places like Atlanta. So this derecho affected at least we did see a lot of other intense storms that impacted mainly these areas. Okay, and even including portions of the Northeast, but it does also go all the way down into over here. Let me go ahead and zoom back in to that for you guys. And then it just goes completely south into places like Indianapolis, Nashville, Louisville, and Knoxville, and then it goes into portions of North Carolina and South Carolina, and then it just heads straight into Georgia, and then it ends at least by northern Florida. So yeah, guys, that's just how the derecho was. It was pretty insane. Derecho season for the Midwest and the South. I'm mainly concerned. Sorry about that, guys. I had something on my hand. I'm mainly concerned about the people that got hit. And it's mainly where we get a lot of derechos here in August. That is mainly the peak of derecho season, especially for the Midwest, because the Midwest does get hit by a lot of derechos this time of year in the month of August. And then usually, as the models show, mainly in September, then we're mainly focused on these areas and heads completely south. Okay, thunderstorm threats start to hit the Northeast. Well, mainly in these areas, that's when we start to see a lot of thunderstorms over here. All right, and it's mainly going to include those areas, like especially in the south, but we can also still see some storms up here for September. We do not see a lot of thunderstorms because it is very quiet for the Midwest, especially this time. But what really my main areas though is going to be these areas, especially for September. The South is going to get hit by a lot of frequent thunderstorms. So mainly, guys, our severe weather outbreaks, even if one happens, they're mainly going to be concerned over here. And guys, I'm going to show you guys the satellite, what it is looking like right now. We are seeing a lot of cloud cover, mainly in portions of the Midwest and the Northeast, mainly in these areas. As showers and thunderstorms start to build up, we can start to see those, especially frequently over here in these areas for September. And as you guys know, let me show you guys where our average tornado risk is. I'm going to just use this map. And it mainly covers these areas. This is mainly our average tornado risk for September. And our second tornado season will mainly start over here in the original Dixie Alley and then make its way and then forming it into a big circle. Hold up, guys. That goes all the way into there. And those will mainly be in the core areas for tornadoes by the time of October. Okay, so it mainly starts to ramp up in late September. And we can still see isolated tornadoes in August and September, but mainly late September is when we can start to see intense severe weather outbreaks. And yeah, we'll make sure to guys talk about that more. And we're seeing a lot of flood. We're seeing a lot of people seeing a lot of flooding downpours that are causing flood watches, mainly in all of these areas, especially these areas that I'm mainly concerned about. But yeah. And we'll make sure to talk about that more in the next video in our second tornado season. And I'll make sure to make that. We're going to have another video that will be posted later. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and we will have another video coming out later. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.